Hello students, welcome to the lecture of computer networks. In this lecture we will study application layer protocols. The application layer is present at the top of the OSI model. It is the layer through which user interact. It provides services to the user. There are several protocols which work for user in application layer. Application layer protocols can be broadly divided into two categories. Protocols which are used by users. For example, for email, SMTP protocol, then protocols which help and support protocol used by the user. That is, for example, DNS, domain name systems. So few of the application layer protocol we will study in this lecture. First protocol is domain name system. It stands for domain name service or domain name system. Every time you use a domain name, therefore, a DNS service must translate the name into the corresponding IP address. For example, the domain name www.abc.com might translate to 198.105.232.4. The domain name system works on client-server model. It uses UDP protocol for transport layer communication. DNS uses hierarchical domain-based naming scheme. The domain server is configured with fully qualified names, that is FQDN, and email addresses mapped with their respective internet protocol addresses. A DNS server is requested with FQDN and it responds back with IP address mapped with it. DNS uses UDP port number 53. Second application layer protocol we will discuss here is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. The Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, that is SMTP, is used to transfer electronic email from one user to another user. This task is done by means of email client software, that is user agent the user is using. User agent help the user to type and format the email and store it until internet is available. When an email is submitted to send, the sending process is handled by message transfer agent, which is normally comes inbuilt in email client software. Message transfer agent uses SMTP to forward the email to another message transfer agent, that is on the server side. While SMTP is used by end user to only send the emails, the servers normally uses SMTP to send as well as receive emails. SMTP uses TCP port number 25 and 587. Client software uses IMAP or POP protocol. IMAP is Internet Message Access Protocol and POP protocol to receive the emails. Let's study the third protocol, that is File Transfer Protocol. The File Transfer Protocol, it is called as FTP, is the most widely used protocol for file transfer over the network. FTP uses TCP IP for communication and it works on TCP port number 21. FTP works on client-server model where client requests file from server and server send requested resource back to the client. FTP uses out-of-band controlling, that is, FTP uses TCP port 20 for exchanging, controlling information, and the actual data is sent over TCP port 21. The client requests the server for a file. When the server receives a request for a file, it opens a TCP connection for the client and transfers the file. After the file is complete, the server closes the connection. For a second file, client requests again and the server reopens a new TCP connection. Next protocol we will study here is Post Office Protocol, that is called as POP. The Post Office Protocol version 3, that is POP 3, is a simple mail retrieval protocol used by user agents, client email software to retrieve emails from the mail server. When a client needs to retrieve emails from the server, it opens a connection with the server on TCP port 110. User can then access his email and download them to the local computer. POP3 works in two modes. The most common mode, the delete mode. It is to delete the emails from remote server after they are downloaded to local machines. And the second mode is keep mode. Does not delete the emails from email server and gives the user an option to access emails later on email server. Next protocol we will study here is Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is called as HTTP. The Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, is the foundation of World Wide Web. Hypertext is well-organized documentation system which uses hyperlinks to link the pages in the text documents. HTTP works on client-server model. When a user wants to access any HTTP page on the internet, the client machine at the user end initiate a TCP connection to server on port number 80. When the server accepts the client request, the client is authorized to access the web pages. To access the web pages, a client normally uses web browsers who are responsible for initiating, maintaining, and closing the TCP connection. HTTP is a stateless protocol, which means the server maintains no information about earlier requests made by the clients. Let's see what are the different versions of HTTP. HTTP 1.0 uses non-persistent HTTP. At most, one object can be sent over a single TCP connection. HTTP 1.1 uses persistent HTTP. In this version, multiple objects can be sent over a single TCP connection. Next application layer protocol is Telnet. Telnet stands for Telecommunication Network. It helps in terminal emulation. It allows Telnet client to access the resources of the Telnet server. It is used for managing the files on the internet. It is used for initial setup of devices like switches. The Telnet command is a command that uses the Telnet protocol to communicate with a remote device or a system. The Telnet port number or the port number of the Telnet is port 23. So in this lecture, we have seen the different protocols which work under the application layer. Thank you for watching.